Next, we need to write the formal logic proof for A implies not B implies C. If I have D and B implies C, and D, I want to prove therefore not A. So let's go ahead and write our first few rows. And kind of figure out a plan of attack. So my goal is to get not A. My goal is to get not A. So where's there an A? Okay, here's an A. Here is an A, and I need to get not A. So somehow, I got to get A all by itself. We'll figure that out. Or change it to a not A. So let's take a look at our first step. So if I have D times B, D and B implies C, I can use exportation. Right? And what that does is that's going to give me D implies B implies C. That's what exportation does. Next, I can use modus ponens because I have D and D implies B implies C. And that's going to give me, why did I go from 3 to 5? 4. That's going to give me B implies C all by itself using rows 3 and 4 modus ponens. Okay, but now I don't have B implies C. I have a not B implies C. So I can switch this up using transposition. Did I say that right? Yes, transposition. So 6 is going to be the row 1 transposition. And what that rule is P implies Q is equivalent to not Q implies not P. And I lost my notes. Where'd they go? Okay, sweet. So I'm going to use that rule on 1. So then I have not B implies C implies not A. And you could have gone ahead and taken the double negation and not written out this step. I did, but I know in the text they do not. Okay, so I'm really close. I'm trying to get not A all by itself. It's row 6, double negation. Well, I've got B implies C and B implies C implies not A, so I can lastly use modus ponens, which is apparently like the most useful rule. Modus ponens to get not A all by itself. Let's do one more example. So if I have E implies F and G implies F, I'm trying to prove that E and G implies F. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite this. Oh, it's not or, it's implies. Why did I scribble that out? We know I can erase. Okay, so if I have E implies F and G implies F, I want to prove E or G implies F. And that makes sense. If E implies F and G implies F, then one or the other has to imply F. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a material implication on both of these, 1 and 2. Because I'm not quite sure what step I need to do next. So that means 1, I use material implication, and that's one of our replacement rules. And 4, I'm also going to use material implication. I somehow have to get all of these together, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use conjunction, and I'm going to add 3 and 4. So I have not E or F and not G or F. And that may seem a little weird, but there's a method to my madness, because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use commutation on row 5 to have F or not E, and F or not G. Now I can kind of pull out an F using distribution. So that gives me F or not E and not G for my row 7. Now I'm going to use commutation again to flip this. So that would give me not E and not G or F. Okay, we're getting pretty close. Now on row 8, I need to use material implication. Okay, and that's going to give me not E and not G implies F. Lastly, I need to use De Morgan's to distribute this negation in. Oh, so this was row 8, implication, material implication. Now on row 10, I've got De Morgan's, so I've got not E or not G implies F. And now I can go ahead and get rid of those double negatives using double negation. This was De Morgan's. So I have E or G implies F. You could have done De Morgan's before implication and gotten the same answer. I could have done De Morgan's over here, but it's really up to you. So I would like you to do number 76 on page 76 and 78, numbers 1, 2, 3. Again, do them in order to build the necessary skills. Except for number 3, don't do A, C, H, or M because I use those as examples in the PowerPoint. I also want to put all the rules for you guys in one place. You can also find them in Appendix B on page 241. But here are all the rules together in one place because that's really helpful. And I'll be coming to you guys shortly with the videos for Chapter 3.